Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Anthony Porter with the 9 to 5 Kickers podcast. Today, we are doing a video within inside the YouTube channel. Now, today's video, we're going to talk about unleashing your inner entrepreneurial spirit and the 4 tips that could possibly help you grow as a solo entrepreneur. Now, if you feel like that this could help you out and possibly get some value, watch the video all the way through. And if you feel like this could help you out, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, drop us a like, drop us a comment, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. But without no further ado, let's get into it, because we want to talk about how to unleash your inner entrepreneurial spirit. Now, I wish I had known this before I started, but as we become entrepreneurs, we are encouraged to set new goals and create new habits and routines, each year. Remember, every year, December 31st, get together with your family, your friends, your loved ones, and you begin to set these these New Year's resolutions. And with inside these New Year's resolutions, it's always the one goal that we never seem to keep, and that's to lose weight and, save money. Those goals is the norm. Now, as an entrepreneur, only 9% of the people see these resolutions come true. And that's alarming, because you are setting goals to be successful in business, but only 9% of these folks who set these goals in business see them through all the way through to the next year. Now, new goals and habits can be, formed or accomplished without clarity. Like, you could really set these goals and not have no clarity whatsoever. You can set these goals and just go through and do it, but you not realize how to really, detail your accomplishments. See, people make vision boards, and vision boards are goals. So some people have realistic goals, and then some people have just outlandish goals. Like, a realistic goal is you want to, as an e-com store owner, you want to have your first sale within maybe 5 or 6 days. That's realistic. If you do it by the time you launch your store online, you can possibly have your first sale. You can have family and friends go through and purchase a t-shirt. That's common knowledge. Saying you want to make $1 million in a day and you're a brand new store owner, that's not realistic. That's outlandish. So, when I first started, I never had clarity. Like, clarity is, in my life, oh man, despite all the ambitious goals, I never really had it. So I spent, I want to say I spent at least 5 or 6 years just studying high performing solo entrepreneurs. People like Billie Jean, people like Russell Brunson, people like Dean Graziosi, E.T., and her lately it's been Nehemiah Davis and David Sands of the Social Proof Network. I've been watching and not stealing but mimicking things that they do. And as a solo entrepreneur, I'm trying to streamline and grow my own, as you can see, my own digital empire, my own 9 to 5 Kickers podcast. I'm trying to be that one person, without chasing my tail, grow to 6 to 7 figures. So there are 4 key principles, and I kid you not, there are 4 key principles that can give you clarity, because they give me clarity. It took me a while to learn this, but I figured it out. And once I figured it out, these principles have become like my go-to. See, Billie Jean has 13 core values that he follows, and I adapted, tweaked it, and now I follow him every morning. I get up, I look at him. I have a $1 billion routine that uh, I got from Jeff Bezos, the CEO and founder of Amazon. You know, it's a routine that helps me out, helps me get through the day. And so by helping me get through the day, see, a lot of people don't understand that I suffer from two things. I suffer from mental depression and I'm dyslexic. See, I learn different than everyone else. By me learning different than everyone else, see, what I do is I have to, like, I read. Most people read from left to right. I read from right to left and then back left to right. So it's harder for me to learn and comprehend, but I hit it so well. But as I started my journey, I had to learn how to, think about these goals that could help me reach my potential. And as it got clearer, it allowed me to take specific actions towards my goals. I mean, so, I set a clear target. Like, I have a financial freedom price. My financial freedom price is how much it's going to take for me to finally say I'm walking away. How much it's going to take for me to say I'm leaving my job, retiring. And see, once I retire, I still have that investment money, but then it's you want to be able to not only have that investment money, but you want to have that, because that money comes once a month, but you want to have that I need to play around money. See, that's what you want to have. You want to have that I need to play money. And so by having that, you just want to make sure, that you set some realistic goals that you can help. See, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Being an entrepreneur does not mean you're going to hit it big overnight. So what I like to do is I like to remove the distractions, the fears, the anxiety and the stress. It gives me excitement to do the stuff that I do now, but I still have depression. I still have where I learn differently. Like, I could be reading my teleprompter and I have to read it, right to left, then back left to right. So the one thing that I've come to realize is you don't need to have no expectation. You don't need to be an expert. Like, what's going on these days right now is a lot of people are thriving to be perfect. Everything I feel like I got to do, it has to be perfect. And so when you talk about being perfect, you want to make sure that you're giving out the right content. You don't want to be one of these fake gurus out here selling wolf tickets, selling a dream, and not being able to fulfill what they are promising. You don't want to be that person. I mean, you got some people out here who tend to want to be that person. Like, if you're going to give value, make sure that the value that you're giving is not the value of a bunch of BS. I've come across, no names to be said, but I've come across a ton of people who tend to want to give value, but that value is BS. And then you come across the smallest person and they give you a ton of value. And that value is more relevant than anything. Like, you can watch stuff on YouTube and get a ton of value, but one thing I've learned is you got to invest in you. If you're trying to be a solopreneur, you have to invest in yourself. I mean, you just cannot. You can, but if you want to fast track and constantly be learning and constantly be finding the new tricks and tips and strategies and tactics, you got to invest in yourself, man. You can't just be out here willy-nilly. Willis-nilly. So, the misconception is that you have to be, the expert. A lot of people are not the expert. A lot of people have done the research. And that's one thing that I do is I research everything. I have to. I mean, I cannot go forward without knowing. So, real quick, like in the stock market, I've gotten into the habit after following, shout out to the Wall Street Trapper. After following the Trapper, I've gotten into the habit. I got to know who own these companies. So as a solopreneur, you got got to research. You got to dig deep. You got to know your product that you present out there. You can be the expert without not being the expert. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola, but I recently found out, who owned Coca-Cola back when Coca-Cola first started. That's the stuff that I want. I mean, what I'm saying? I'm digging into it. I know sometimes putting yourself out there can be intimidating, but that's a part of it. Like, I used to, when I first started doing affiliate marketing, everybody wanted you to do affiliate marketing. I watched a young lady, her name was Jude Lowe, and she did a 21-day challenge. And I tell you what, her channel blew up. I took off. And I didn't do it. And I stayed stagnant. I stayed right where I was at. Foot stuck in the quicksand, stuck in the mud. So, I mean, you want to help people, but you don't. Like, and sometimes being a coach or consultant is kind of rough because you want to help, but you don't want to be the person to go to, the go-to person, and all of a sudden you're dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people want to be that person. They want to be that go-to, but guess what? They really can't be that go-to because they don't know. They're just going off what they see. They copy and paste it. Well, I think we used to call it cookie cutter. Yeah. You got these cookie cutter coaches out here. Like in youth sports, they got these cookie cutter coaches. They go on Madden and get these plays and think they can run them because they do it successfully on Madden. You got people like me who study the game and realize, oh, you're running from Madden's playbook. Let me show you how to shut that down. And then here you got the best team in the league, and all of a sudden, you ain't scored a point against a team that has maybe 4 superstar kids, and the rest of the team is role players, and them role players are outshining your studs. That's how it goes. I've seen it happen. And a lot of people don't want to admit to that, but that's what they do. Now, when you're doing this, you have to, and then the second thing is you have to, understand this. Your unique experience is your asset. Let me say that again. Your unique experience is your asset. So it's normal to think it's all been said and done, but you might have something that you can bring to the table and add to what has already been said and done. And when it's already said and done, you add, it's like going to the restaurant and Popeye's chicken is top notch because of the way that it's seasoned, crispy. But what if they added just a tad bit more crispy to the chicken and took Popeye's from maybe number 2 to number 1? See, things like that, people don't look at. You can add your own unique twist to an element. And when you add your unique twist to that element, now you have become the element. So just think about that, man. So, your skill set can, listen, we have the skills within us. The problem is we don't want to run them out. Some people are scared to get on in front of a camera, so they haven't realized that they can do faceless videos to make things happen. A lot of people don't like to be seen on social media, but they don't realize that what you can really do is have a faceless YouTube channel and a faceless Instagram channel. You don't really have to post your life. You have to post content that draws people into your world. And while they're drawing them into your world, then what you do is you just simply mix it up. And once you mix it up, you hit them with the call to action, and we go from there. But nobody has the same experience. Nobody. Like, as a solopreneur, I don't have the same experience as Kalen Kanine. He's 7-8 figures 2-3 times over. I'm 1 figure trying to get there. Okay? I don't have the same experiences as Billie Jean. Billie Jean went to the university, I think he said San Diego State, University of San Diego. I went to a trade college. I got a degree from a trade school, information technology. So you don't have the same experiences as everyone, but you do have a unique skill set that can lead to your experiences being assets. And so when you have that, then you become the go-to expert. You have to realize that you can become the go-to without being the go-to. Now, number 3, you can create a product out of your experience. Like, there's a guy that I work with. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to put him out there. Dude is super talented when it comes to woodwork. And I told him, I said, you have a skill set that you can take your passion and turn it into a business. And he kind of like brushes it off, but then like he's making the boards, that cornhole boards and bags. And he's making these coasters out of wood. And I'm like, I told you, bro, you got a skill set. But his experience is not like mine. See, I know how to get in front of the camera and talk, but he is the type that he likes to play the background. So you got to figure out a partnership that I can help him get to that point. We both can benefit. But you have to understand, if you want to move out of the trap and build something where you can reap the rewards from your own zone of genius, you need to create a product. So if you could be a course creator, a content creator, create an ebook, create a worksheet, create a roadmap, create something that could draw attention to you. They draw attention to you, and all of a sudden now you are the go-to authority figure. See, we unleashing our entrepreneurial spirit with 4 simple tactics. I mean, I wish I had known this. Like, I was making this just so hard. And then after you start doing this, and after you start getting to the point where you are building your brand 1 ebook at a time, 2 ebooks at a time, add a course, add this, add that. Now you've built a lucrative 7-figure business. You've done what you set out to do. But we are at 3 and we still have 1 more to go. Because that's just, you're doing that because you can't make no money if you don't do number 4. And number 4 is share the knowledge to sell your product. You have to be able to get in front of that camera. Get on these channels. Let these folk know. Let these folk know what these products that you have. Let these folk know that you are the go-to person. If you are selling t-shirts, if you are selling mugs, if you are selling just strictly hoodies, you have to be that go-to person. Now, we're about to slide out of here because it's time to wrap it up. Again, if you stuck around to the end, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, drop us a comment. Tell us what you think. But I have one call to action for you. And no, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Remember, as a 1-person entrepreneur in business, you don't need to be the expert. Your unique experience and perceptions is your assets. Package up your journey and present your product. Turn it into a business. Turn your knowledge into an ebook and sell it. And then share your knowledge so you can create sales, so you can kick your 9-to-5. Now, if you want to get deeper into a lot of static topics, tips, tricks, tactical strategies. Do us a favor. Follow us on Instagram, 95 Kickers Podcast. Follow us and listen to us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us and listen to us on Google Podcasts, on Amazon Music, on Spotify, YouTube. Follow and listen to us. Okay? Follow and listen to us. Hopefully this helps you more remove a lot of blockages so you can put, some clarity in your strategy for 2023. If you clear up a lot of the muck that you in with those 4 particular points, you will have a successful solopreneur career. It's your man with the 95 Kickers Podcast, Anthony Porter. We out of here. Peace.